Right, so the Tiger. A serious vlog about this bike, and I've had it probably a couple of months now. I got it the middle of August, I think it was, August, September, yeah. I've had it a couple of months, probably about 8 or 9 weeks. Not that you need, you know, that qualified. I don't think, were you bothered? 8 or 9, 2 months? I don't think you were that arsed about that. There's no need for precision in this, so stop being a dick crumble, this is a serious vlog. Okay, right, serious. So, a review of the Tiger. Where shall I start? I test rode one, late July I think it was, something like that. I was just blown away by how usable it was. Remember that the reason I got this bike was not to replace the Speed Triple. It was never about replacing the Speed Triple, it was about replacing the Thundercat. And the Thundercat was of course my everyday bike. That's the one that I commuted to work on. It was dirt cheap and it was fantastic and all that, but I finally convinced the missus that what I needed was a brand new bike with ABS, greater reliability, and greater safety. So I convinced her of all those things and said that I needed, sorry mate, unlucky. So yeah, it was always a replacement for that, never a replacement for the Speed, and it couldn't replace the Speed in the same way. I mean, it's just not, you know, not that sort of bike. What it is a great practical all-round bike. So I've been using it every day and I've been using it for commuting, and I think possibly the best thing about this bike is how easy it is to ride and how agile, how light, how kind of nimble it is on its feet. I mean, it hasn't got feet, but I think you know what I'm saying. It's got incredible balance. Within 2 weeks of having the bike, I'd had the foot pegs down. It's just so easy. The handling wise, you could really just chuck it around. I mean, obviously the profile of the tyres is a big part of that. I think, you know, you're looking at 160 sections and 110 on the front, something like that. So, you know, when you chuck it into corners, it just tips from side to side. But not only that does it sort of tip in, it's got a great sort of balance about it. You feel absolutely planted on it. You know, just nudges on the bars either side, counter steering, just pushes the bike exactly where you want it to be, and it's just so nimble. And that means it's great for you know, commuting. For me, I do a lot of filtering, of course, a lot of moving through slow traffic, and it's so easy to manoeuvre in slow traffic. So possibly, you know, one of the reasons when I took it on a test ride I noticed that, and that's obviously what I need, and that's another reason why I didn't go for the XC. The XC, I'm not, you know, going to be out and about in muddy fields and all that bollocks. So this is why I chose the roadie version of it. So possibly the best thing I think about it is the balance. Part of that is the riding position. It's incredibly neutral. I'm a big bloke. I am 6 feet 4 inches. Yes, that's right, Mr. 6'4" Honda. I'm the same as you. And of course, most bikes I'll find that I'm pretty cramped on. The R1 in particular. If you've seen me on TrackVid, I look like fucking Shrek riding a tricycle. So this bike, obviously, it's a big bike. It's a tall bike. But I've still got no problems touching the ground. I think if you are smaller, I've got it on the higher seat setting as well, so you know, if you were a smaller rider, then no, I don't mean that, of course I don't. I'm not smallest. So yeah, you just put it on the lower seat setting. It is quite a heavy thing to manoeuvre around. It is a big bike, but I suppose, you know, that's what I like about it. I like to feel something big between my legs, and I can't do this, can I? Can I do this? Serious? I don't know if I can do it. So anyway, back to riding position. Is just, it's all day comfy, as bike mags always talk about. You can get a gel seat for this, but I really don't find it a problem, probably because I've got a fat arse. So in terms of riding position, it's just perfect. One thing that is a bit tricky, this is the touring screen, this is the large touring screen, and I've tried it in the lower setting thinking that it might clean the air up around my head, but actually it just gave me a hard time. But of course, for me being 6'4", I'm still getting wind off the top of that screen, and I'm still getting quite a lot of air around my lid. But it's the price you have to pay, I think, being as tall as I am and having an upright bike. You know, I wear earplugs, I have to wear earplugs, I can't ride without them, and so I've kind of got used to that. The display I love the Triumph clocks. Some people say they're a bit outdated, but it's got everything. It's got gear indicator on, it's got time, it's got speed in nice, you know, you might be able to see the speed I'm doing now. At the moment, I've got the amount of miles I've got left to when I need to fill up next. So it's given me everything. I think it looks cool, and it gives me everything I need. It looks really nice lit up. The engine, I haven't really talked about the engine. One of the other things that, one of my gripes about the Speed Triple was the gearbox. I mean, you could hear it on the video slapping away. It was a right bloody grind. I mean, it was so noisy, just going through the gears. They've really sorted the gearbox out. The engine is the key thing for me is how easy it is to use. At part throttle openings and at small throttle openings, it's really smooth. And of course, when you're filtering and you're getting through traffic, that's what you need. You need a power delivery that's kind of linear. There's no jerkiness of the throttle, and it's really not like that. I mean, you kind of get used to it. But the lovely thing about triples, and this is what I love about triples, and the difference, of course, between the twin, you'll notice with the twin, you've got that kind of urgency about it, that difficulty in keeping it at a particular speed. And then, of course, some people claim, but I mean, I love inline fours, but you can get that kind of, they're a little bit kind of dull, they don't have the same character as the twin. The triple has everything, really. You've got, alright, you've not got the torque of a twin, but you do have that kind of torquey kind of urgency low down, combined with the kind of smoothness of a 4 low down in the revs. I mean, I'm in second now. I mean, it makes a great noise. I don't know how much you can hear that, but the triple makes a fantastic growl when you open it up. This is a nice road, and it kind of shows you the capabilities really of this bike. It's a great fun scratching bike as well. It's not necessarily just a utilitarian thing that, you know, you stick a top box on and you go and buy fucking a pack of custard creams and a pint of milk or whatever. I've had so much fun on this bike and chasing sports bikes down. I'm not going past him because I just want to talk to you, but that's one of the great things. There's parts of it. I've got an R1 sitting in the garage and I'm starting to think, I don't really need it. I don't need that anymore. I could probably live with it, just this is my only bike. Yeah, it's an 800, you don't get the same thrills, but you still get a buzz and you still get a lovely urgency from that engine, and you can hear it. It's got a lovely growl to it, and as you can see, just tips in really nice. I'm just going to take it easy here because the surface looks a bit shit. The Speed would have a real kind of burst of power from low down, and really I suppose it'd be kind of game over by about 8,000 revs really. It was all about using the torque. This is a bit, well, obviously it's derived from the Street Triple, but it's quite a different sort of torque really. It does rev out much more. You can see that the red line's at 10,000 and it will rev out quite nicely up there. I suppose my only gripe with it, with the engine, is that it is a little bit predictable, the power delivery. It is rather kind of a bit too linear. You can hear that howl when you open it up, but I don't know. I've been on a street and used the street, and a lot of leaves here, and it just was a bit more exciting at the top end. I seem to remember, you know, it sort of rev out up to kind of 12 and, you know, it really howl. This one doesn't do that as much. So, but then I suppose, you know, we're doing it, or you're using it for different reasons. So yeah. One of the my biggest gripes, and one of the problems I've had with the bike so far, one of the things that I don't like about it so much, and I didn't, to be honest, notice it when I took the test ride out, and that is vibration. When I took the test bike out, one of the things I was most impressed by was the smoothness of the bike. The test bike had done about 3,000, 4,000 miles. I've done about, I think I've done a couple of thousand, so I'd expect the bike to be kind of bedded in. It's got quite an annoying vibe at about 4,000-5,000 revs, and not only, you know, I don't mind a bit of vibration, but I can feel it through my arse and I can feel it through my hands. I should take the bike back and of course get them to check all the engine mounts and make sure everything's tight, but I haven't done that yet. I've been kind of living with it. So the vibrations are one thing that I've found. Is it the only thing? Possibly the only thing. Overall, anyway, I've talked for a long time. Overall, I'd say this is a great bike. If you're not that bothered about top end speed, that top end rush, but you want a bike that'll go anywhere and really will do everything, you know, it'll take you through town, dawdling through cities, comfy, and then out on the open road it'll give you a buzz. Stick a top box on it, which I got with the bike. You know, it'll do all that. Oh, here we are. Here's the how deep is your love? Let's do a bit of standing up. Fucking keep going. Oh my god. Oh my shit! What a fucking cock! Just got fucking soaked! Oh my fucking god! What a penis!